G'day, I'm Alan. I just wanted to take some time to tell you about the latest update on our Jobs for Life course. We're on week 3, and that was yesterday, and it is really getting exciting. You can tell by the credentials on the side there that I'm being deeply involved in education for the last 30, 40 years. And I got to say that I consider this Jobs for Life program to be one of the best pieces of curriculum I've seen. Yesterday, we were talking about roadblocks, and we were talking about the power to overcome those roadblocks. And it was a really interactive, and all the students and staff were engaged, and they learned a lot. This is a fun thing we did at the start of the workshop, where I put up the rules slide, which is really quite a joke, and it's all about asking questions. It's all about not being concerned about interrupting. It's all about even the headspite was well received yesterday, where we tell them if that they get lost or I lose them, that they are to tell me they're over their head, and I do it again. The problem is always with the teacher, it's never with the student. And finally we had coffee as a technology, which was very, we had loads of fun with that too. I wanted to share with you some of the videos we saw yesterday, and hopefully they'll have as much impact on you as they did for all of us in the classroom. One of the first things we talked about, and is a really important part of the course, is goal setting. And so we watched this video that you're about to see, only 3.5 minutes, but it's on a system called Smarter, a very clever way to improve your goal setting. Watch it and think about what it says.
When you're setting goals, frameworks can give you a useful starting point. And the most famous goal-setting framework of all is SMART. A staple of corporate goal setting for over 30 years, SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. But perhaps it's time for a refresh. Essentially, SMART is a clever way of putting your goal into a clear sentence, and that's handy in that it helps you define your goal. But it doesn't necessarily help you decide if that goal is intelligent and worthwhile. One of the main issues lies in the wording. The terms attainable and realistic can cause people to set low, unchallenging goals. And what's the point of that? So is there a smarter way? Let's unpack what SMART means and see if we can make a few improvements. S is for specific. It encourages you to pin down a clear, tangible idea of what you want to achieve or pinpoint an area for improvement. M is for measurable. All goals need a yardstick, otherwise we'll never know if they're successful. A is for ambitious. A worthwhile goal is one that challenges you to think big and to reach outside your comfort zone. R is for relevant. Will this goal really be good for business? Does it fit with your values or wider plans? What meaning does it have for you? T is for time-bound. Goals remain dreams unless you set timeframes, and there's nothing like a deadline to motivate action. E is for emotional. We feel before we think. It's a scientific fact. Even in hard business terms, goals that come from the gut will probably have more sticking power because you want them more. R is for rewarding. Because what is a goal if not rewarding? Keeping your incentive or the benefits of your goal in sight will drive you on, visualizing the peak of the mountain and your satisfaction on reaching it. So that's Smarter, a useful tool for setting clear, practical goals.
We then talked about communication skills, about what is good communication skills. We also talked about how to improve them. We talked about what's good, what's not so good, and there was a lot of practice going on. I'm really seeing change in the students' behaviours and confidences, even in just the 3 weeks we've had so far. There's 16 weeks of the course, and it's transformational. I was also on it yesterday that Tony Moroney visited us. He is quite a successful local businessman. If you live in Adelaide, you probably eat the produce that his organisation makes. He was very honest, and he was open and frank, and talked to the students about what he expects when he's hiring people, and it was very, very useful to everybody in the room. This video you're about to see is on the story of a most amazing man, and if you think you've got problems and got obstacles, then watch what God has done with this man. His impact on the world is astounding.
I wasn't ready. I have no arms and no legs, but I'm very thankful that I have my little chicken drumstick here. People freak out when they see me for the first time. It's so cool. I was at a water slide all by myself. Everyone obviously at the bottom of the slide is looking up and waiting for other people to come down, and here I come and they're freaking out. They're like, you know, like this. And I was so tempted to look at myself and go, what happened? You know? And there were times where I sort of looked at my life and thinking, well, I can't do this and I can't do that. And you keep on concentrating on the things that you wish you had or the things that you wish you didn't have. And you sort of forget what you do have. And there's no point, I believe, in my life where I wish I had arms, legs, I wish I had arms, legs, I wish I had arms, legs, because wishing won't help. But what I've seen in life are just a couple key principles, and the first thing that I've seen is to be thankful. It's hard to be thankful, man. I tell you, when I was 8 years old, I sort of summed up my life and thought, I'm never going to get married, I'm not going to have a job, I'm not going to have a life of purpose. What kind of a husband am I going to be if I can't even hold my wife's hand? It's a lie to think that you're not good enough. It's a lie to think that you're not worth anything. Oh boy. Woo! It's freezing, I can't feel my hands. I love life. You know, so many people come and say, how come you smile so much? And I'm like, well, it's a long story. But it's very simple at the same time. You see, it's very hard to smile sometimes in life. There are things that happen that you don't know and you don't understand, and you don't know if you're going to get through it. You know, you go through your storms in life and you don't know how long this storm's going to be. And today I want to share with you some principles that I've learned in my life that you can use in yours. Being patient is beautiful. I tell you, it's the hardest thing. But I realize I may not have hands to hold my wife's hand, but when the time comes, I'll be able to hold her heart. I don't need hands to hold her heart. You know, it is scary to know how many girls have eating disorders. It is scary to know how many people are just angry at life because of their situation at home and angry at others. It's scary to know how many people actually feel like they're worth nothing. Every single girl right here, right now, I want you to know that you are beautiful. You are gorgeous just the way you are. And you boys, you're the man.
How about that? We then discussed this video in depth, and there was definitely needs for tissues, and there was a great move of the Holy Spirit in the room, and it was a very meaningful discussion. We looked at how Nick described his purpose in life. We looked at how does he tackle roadblocks, and it was a time of great application. The Bible verses there, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. How would you like to be born like Nick and have to say, I've been wonderfully and fearfully made? Amazing video. Finally, and also for homework, we talked about the career key aptitude test. And as it says, you are most likely to be successful and satisfied in a career if your personality is like the personalities of the people working in it. This is a comprehensive tool. It's to be filled out by the students with the help of their mentors, and each student has a mentor, and generally it's quite illuminating actually to many students as they identify what they like and the sort of possibilities they've got for the future. That was yesterday. We've got 13 more sessions to go, and excited about the future. If you're interested in any of this, and quite frankly, it's for everybody who wants to get a better job. It's for everybody who wants to identify how God could be used people, then message me and we'll talk about it. This is the pilot course we're running now, but we're going to be running it again at Elizabeth Church of Christ, and we'd love to talk to you. Thank you for watching.